US President Joe Biden has tested positive for COVID. His symptoms are said to be mild. 81-year-old Biden has been given a dose of Paxlovid, which is used to treat COVID. For the next few days, he will self-isolate at his home in Delaware. The White House says the US president is vaccinated and has taken his boosters. He has tested positive for COVID twice before. Let's run you through how the news broke. Biden attended a campaign event in the afternoon in Las Vegas, but then began suffering from a cold and a runny nose. He was expected to attend a second event in the evening in Vegas, a huge crowd, an audience waiting patiently for him. Half an hour, no Biden. 1 hour, no Biden. And then an hour and a half later, the audience heard the announcement Biden would not be coming. He was tested positive for COVID. Arrangements were quickly made to take Biden back home to the East Coast from Las Vegas, which is a 4.5-hour flight. As Biden's car arrived at Air Force One to fly him back, he gave reporters a thumbs up. Journalists asking him how he was feeling, he said, "Good. I feel good." Now, this is a huge setback for Biden amid an avalanche of bad news as he fights to keep his place as leader of the party. A positive COVID test could mean Biden could be out of commission on the campaign trail for maybe a week, even more. The COVID diagnosis comes on day the political crisis for Biden deepened when one of the most high-profile Democrats, Adam Schiff, called for him to step aside. Now, if that wasn't enough, a new poll says 65% or 2/3 of Democrats think Biden should withdraw and allow someone else to take his place in the 2024 race to the White House. The survey also says 70% of Americans feel that they are not confident that Biden had the mental capacity to be president. The survey was conducted by the Associated Press and a research organization at the University of Chicago. In an interview that released today, Biden told BET News he would only think about dropping out of the race if a doctor told him he has a medical problem. For CNN News 18, I'm Alistair D'Souza in Washington, D.C.
Thank you all so much for your patience and understanding. Regrettably, I was just on the phone with President Biden, and he shared his deep disappointment at not being able to join us this afternoon. The President has been at many events, as we all know, and he just tested positive for COVID. So, of course, we understand that he needs to take the precautions that have been recommended, and he did not obviously want to put anybody at risk. He said to tell my folks that we're not going to get rid of him that quickly. We're going to have a chance to hear from him in the future directly. He's just really sorry he couldn't be with us, and obviously we share that disappointment, but we've seen how COVID has still impacted many in our community still, and we understand that he needs to take the steps he needs to take to not just protect himself, but to protect all of us.